Okay, Brittney, who's calling us from Colorado. Brittney, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so my question is, I was in a toxic relationship for about 10 years. We were on and off, and last
Wow.
year, yeah, last year I finally broke it off, and we still talked a little bit after, but we didn't actually get back together. And then earlier this year, we kind of started talking again and talking about maybe
Why?
getting.
You broke it off. You finally broke it
Mhm.
off.
Mhm.
I'm sure there were enough reasons for that you could
Right.
spend a while explaining them. But you finally broke it off. And then somehow the magnetic waves came through the air and you started talking to him again. Why was that?
Mhm. I think it's just is the comfort and the idea of like still wanting it to see if it was gonna work. Like maybe if we try this different way or this different
Wait,
way or I don't know,
wait,
maybe
wait,
that'll
wait,
be
wait, wait,
different
wait,
this time.
wait. In 10 years, what was the different way that you
Mhm.
hadn't tried?
Yeah, I have no idea. But
Okay, you opened the door. You did not let go
yes.
and you did not grieve and you did not deal with the reasons why you are attracted to this problem,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so you
Right.
find, wait a minute. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you the
Mhm.
laws of physics here.
Yes.
When we are ever in a relational dynamic, okay, that is problematic, okay?
Mhm.
One of my favorite verses in the Bible says this. It says, our battle is never with flesh and blood. The battle's not with Joey.
Mhm.
The battle is with the dynamics and the spiritual forces and all that. And if we don't resolve it with that dynamic, while that dynamic lives in a body named Joey, we can leave Joey and we don't resolve the problem, we're going to repeat the course.
Right.
Joey's going to show up again, or Joey with another name is going to show up again. But
Mhm.
if we go to in the second grade and we haven't learned our math tables, we can pretend we're going to third grade, but we haven't learned math yet. If you don't figure
Right.
out the dynamics, then that person's going to still be there in some form or fashion. All right, now
Yeah.
I've just said my piece. So now get your question. You started talking about it again this year, and now what?
Okay, and then was able to get to a point where I was like, okay, we shouldn't talk anymore. I want to move on. I want to be done. So completely like cut off contact, everything. And then I found out that he's gonna have a baby with somebody, and she got pregnant like while we were still talking in the beginning of the year. I imagine it was not planned, but it
Oh,
just
you
feels
think?
like nice because it's like
Brittney,
that's what
Brittney,
I
wait,
had
wait, wait, wait,
wanted
wait,
for
wait,
so
wait, wait,
long.
wait, 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 wait. I'm going to interrupt you until you start to hear
Okay.
yourself talk. Okay, so here's what you said. I'm still talking to him, which means he's still talking to you, and he's kind of playing with your head and all this while he's making babies with her. And then you said,
Mhm.
I imagine it wasn't planned. All right. I would imagine it wasn't planned also, but if I imagine it wasn't planned, and I'm saying it, but it might have been planned, then that even, what kind of guy plans that to have you in the picture and have a baby and with somebody he's not married to? That ought to be a
Right.
further big explosive red light in your head of why am I talking to this guy?
Yeah. So
Okay, so you found out
that's
he's
my
having the
thing
baby.
is yeah, I can logically tell myself a million times like it wasn't meant to be and it wasn't right and I shouldn't be with him. And obviously not. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids, all that, and he didn't want that. And then we stop talking and he goes and gets someone pregnant. So why is it so devastating? Like, why does it feel so awful that I think it's a lot of jealousy. Is like, I wanted that family with him and I didn't get that, and she does now. And so, but I also understand, like, it sounds dumb to me even. It's like, well, that was a really bad relationship. Why are you upset about not having that with him?
Great question. And it is the right question. And I want to point out again, one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to begin to start listening to yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what you just told me. You just said, I wanted that relationship with him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to listen to yourself. What is that relationship that you're talking about? I'm going to translate it for you. I want a relationship with a guy who gets me pregnant and doesn't marry me and is talking to other women and probably trying to seduce them as well. I long for that relationship. That's not true. That's not the relationship but that's the one that you're not seeing. There is no, whatever his name is, that is a good relationship. What you're missing out on and devastated by is you don't have your heart's deepest desire, which is to have a good relationship with a good guy who loves you and values you, right?
Right.
That's what you're longing for.
Yeah.
And I want you to come to grips with it's not him, so you can grieve him and start to really, really objectively look at what disappointing person in my life taught me to long for them so much that I don't recognize how disappointing they are, to the point where I can't grieve them and let go and go find something good. So in your past developmental wiring, have you ever looked at these unmet longings? Who's on the other end of these unmet longings that you haven't grieved and worked through?
Are you asking me who it is?
Yeah. Where did this start in your life? This is a life story.
My dad from when I was little. Yeah.
Your dad? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes that is the case. What I would want you to do is to make resolving your relationship inside with your dad a priority. Let this guy who symbolizes that relationship, let him go.
Okay.
Get with somebody or a good recovery group or something and begin to process and grieve what I didn't get from my dad and how you feel about that, and learn the patterns of the triggers that would push the button to get you to recognize and want to start to, be attracted to somebody like that. And then also get in a good healing community with some men that can heal you, that you do not become romantically involved with. See, that's a big part of this. Whenever we're going to heal the longing for parental love, or the hurt from parental love or criticism or whatever it is, if we're going to heal that, and I want everybody single out there to listen to me on this, you will never heal that longing in a romantic relationship, because you're not looking for romantic love. You're looking for parental love. to fill an empty hole that either mom or dad or both didn't fill. And that can be healed. That can be healed. But it's got to be done in a healing community, not a romantic relationship. You follow me?
Yes.
Brittney, I want you around some men and women that love you, where this hunger can get filled up, and they can coach you to not give yourself to men that don't deserve you.
Okay. Thank you.
Is this making sense to you?
Yes, it definitely does.
Okay. And you know what? I want to, so are you in counseling? Do you have a good counselor? Do you have a good group? Do you have a good support system?
I'm not in counseling right now. I've been thinking about it, but I don't even know where to start, I guess.
Well, where do you live?
Where do I live?
Yeah, if you don't mind saying. If you do mind saying, you don't have to. But if you live,
Oh no, it's fine. In Greeley, Colorado.
Is that a big town? Greeley? Is that a big town? I've never been
Greeley. It's about 150,000.
Okay, my hunch is there's probably some good therapists in a town that big. If there's not, somewhere near, there's probably some good churches that maybe have some good support groups. I want you in a healing environment where you can learn to be validated and connected with, and all those things you didn't get, and not stay hung up for 10 years with a guy that doesn't deserve you.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
We repeat the class until we learn the lesson that the class is trying to teach us. And the class shows up in human skin. If the course we need to learn is how do I stop thinking critical people are finally going to approve of me if I'm something enough. If we learn that course, if we pass that course, what the final exam looks like is you let go of them and decide there's nothing there for me. Why would I want to be close to them? They're not very loving. Why would I want to hang out with them? Why would I? And you pass the final, then you graduate and you get to go to a better course. Life is a learning, maturing process.